Although The Simpsons Season 36 finale's New Girl spoof was about 10 years too late, the gag still worked thanks to its impressive cameos and clever punchline. The Simpsons is officially the longest-running scripted primetime American TV show in history, so it is not a shock that the show is occasionally slow to the draw when it comes to topical gags and satire. Unlike one of its earliest competitors, South Park, The Simpsons has a relatively slow production process. This means the series isn't optimized for timely commentary. Although The Simpsons Season 37 may change this, the comparatively slow production of The Simpsons means the series can sometimes struggle with pop culture parodies. Infamously, Season 33, Episode 10, Bobby, It's Cold Outside, included a nod to the viral song Baby Shark, whose popularity had peaked some 3.5 years earlier. While Season 36, Episode 18, A Stranger Things, featured an even more outdated pop culture parody, the series managed to make this gag work a lot better. In The Simpsons Season 36 finale, Bart and Lisa bonded over a shared love of itchy and scratchy cartoons throughout their childhood. However, when Marge showed them Maggie's first itchy and scratchy merchandise, the kids were horrified to discover that their favorite show was now for babies, and they immediately stopped watching the cartoon together. Armed with an iPad each, Bart and Lisa sought out new forms of entertainment independently. Bart started watching Screaming Friends, an affectionate parody of Adult Swim's cult hit Smiling Friends. Meanwhile, Lisa started watching Quick Girl, an obvious spoof of New Girl, after the duo gave up on Itchy and Scratchy. Quick Girl's parody of New Girl was hilariously effective for anyone familiar with the classic sitcom, and stars Zooey Deschanel and Max Greenfield both appeared in the brief spoof. Although their characters weren't named, Greenfield's effete, high-strung housemate was clearly Schmidt and Deschanel's earnest, awkward heroine was obviously Jess Day. The Simpsons accurately recreated New Girl's tone, to the extent that the scene almost felt lifted from the original show. Since The Simpsons mocks its own writing all the time, the gag didn't feel too harsh, and the presence of Greenfield and Deschanel made it clear this was more of a loving homage than a Bard satirical attack. Of course, it would have been a little late for The Simpsons to lob any substantial criticisms at New Girl, since the show ended its run back in 2018. New Girl began airing in 2011, and its series finale aired in May 2018, some 7 years before The Simpsons parodied the series. This seems like a strange choice, particularly when The Simpsons already regularly faces criticism for its slow response to pop culture trends. The Simpsons has been mocked for taking over a year to mention the Pokemon Go craze, so singling out a show whose popularity peaked around 2013 and 2025 is a bizarre choice. Luckily, the series justified this. When Marge asked Lisa how she had replaced her beloved Itchy and Scratchy, Lisa announced she was catching up on a show from the golden age of television. The gag was that Lisa's generation thinks the golden age of TV was 2013, not the 50s. This era's association with the prestige TV boom made the gag particularly effective. As many of The Simpsons Season 36's self-aware jokes prove, the show's creators are aware of its limited capacity for timely satire. However, gags like Lisa thinking the golden age of TV ended only a decade ago allow The Simpsons to spoof shows like New Girl without feeling bizarrely out of touch. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage? Click below to sign up for our weekly network TV newsletter and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series.